All right, guys, we're going to just walk through an example just for demonstration purposes. I'm not going to go as deep as you should go with this when you're actually crafting your offer, but we'll walk you through an example of how you can do this assignment. So we're going to create our offer. Things we're going to do, make sure you watch the previous video, and we're going to fill out this worksheet. So our first thing, we're going to define our target audience. So we're going to pick a niche just for an example, and we'll do that based on something I'm kind of familiar with. So I'm actually going to choose real estate, something real estate related, and I'll just choose real estate agent just for this example. So I buy and sell and actually rent out properties. So I work with agents in that process. I kind of understand them a little bit better than the average person. I know what it's like to go to closings, a lot of the paperwork they use, how they get paid. So they get paid based on commissions, whether they list the property or they bring a buyer to find a property. Usually they get a 3% commission on either side of that deal. Sometimes they'll be the listing agent and bring a buyer, and they'll get between 6 and 7%. 7% is kind of rare, but a lot of times they'll get 6% commissions on the total sale of the house. So if they have a $100,000 house and they bring a buyer, they'll get $3,000. If they listed the property, they'll get $3,000. If they bring a buyer to a property that they listed, they'll get $6,000. So the pain points for a real estate agent, I'll just think of a couple here. They need more leads, right? They only get paid off commission. So if they don't have leads, they're not getting paid. They need to learn to follow up better with current and past clients. So a lot of their business comes from referrals or word of mouth and stuff like that. So following up is a crucial part of their job. Keep engaged, because a buyer that you've had in the past is probably going to move in 2 to 5 years, honestly, after they bought their house. And if you did a good job and you stay in touch consistently, they'll probably use you again in the future. So another one. So time wasters, right? You got people that want to see a bunch of houses, but they never buy. So how can they identify those people and try to avoid getting their time wasted? There's a bunch more problems, but we'll go with this for just this example. So drill in deep to what your audience's pain points are. Obviously, these are just 3 problems. You want to list as much as you can about your target audience. So you can print this off if you want and actually get real detailed. I'm just doing this for this example. So what are a realtor's goals? Obviously, making more commissions. That's probably the number one goal, right? They want to get paid. Another goal might be saving time and creating systems. So real estate is kind of a do-it-yourself type of business. You're not really scheduled, or you might be if you're working in a certain brokerage, but you might have to go out on a Saturday to show a property. You'll have open houses on Sunday and stuff like that. So it can be kind of difficult to manage your time. So if you can figure out ways to help them save time or create a system that's going to help them be more efficient, that would be awesome. And we'll put automating follow-up here for one of their goals. It'd be super hard if you start working with multiple clients to stay on top of all that. So really what they need is a system that they can use to actually follow up with those clients. So those are some goals of an agent. And at this point, we have some pain points as well as some goals. And now we'll go create a brand. So what I'm going to do is actually just open a Canva window here. And we're going to look for a logo. We'll start with a blank one. And let's do a little search here. Let's look for real estate. See what they got. Looks like this is a realtor one. They got one with a house here. This one's for furniture. Here's another real estate one. So you can start with one of these, or if you want to, you can just start from scratch. I'm just going to start from scratch. So what we'll do is we'll go to Elements, and I'll search for something like house and see what kind of options they give us here. This one's kind of cool. Just making it bigger. Like that. We'll go to text and we'll add a heading here. Alright. So it's kind of simple, but it would probably do the trick. I mean, you can go to Fiverr or Upwork or something like that and get a pro label done for like $5 to $50. So if that's what you want to do, you can go ahead and do that too. But just for this, we'll just download this. I can actually add a transparent background as well. And that will let me place this label or this logo on whatever surface I want to. Alright, let's say we settled on our brand and I ended up going with Try Johnson Real Estate Leads. So that's going to tell my ideal audience what I do, right? I get them real estate leads. So right off the bat, that brand would kind of, in their mind, say, hey, this is someone I might want to pay attention to. They could probably help me if they actually do what they say they do. So the main thing I want to do in this video is show you how to create an offer that will make your target audience want to work with you, or at least start consuming your content. That's going to be the goal of our marketing, is to drill down, find out who our target audience is, and then show them that you can help them, right? So that's what our offer is going to be, something super specific for them that's going to solve their pain points and help them reach their goals. And we'll produce content around what we do to get them to take us up on our offer, right? So let's just pull up a blank sheet of paper, or if you're on the computer, think of some ideas in a Word document. All right, here's our Word document. So let's just scroll up here, and now we have our pain points as well as our goals for our target market. So we're going to think of some kind of offer we can make that will address these pain points and goals that our target audience has. So their pain points, somehow we need to get them more leads, right? So what could we do to get them more leads? We could do Facebook ads. We could do email marketing. We could do Facebook outreach from profile. We could ask for referrals from partners. So let's do this. So that's how they can get some more leads. They could also create a website or a funnel. And then we'll do follow-up here. So for follow-up, we can do email drip campaigns. We could do chat bots, mailers, phone calls and texts. For time wasters, some things we could do is we could create a screening process so that they're only working with those already pre-qualified to buy. We can set up a referral process for them so that if they're not qualified yet, if they have bad credit, we could refer them to a credit specialist or a loan officer to start working on that part for them. And what that will do is actually feed back in here to our leads. So they might not be ready to buy yet, but we can start that relationship with them at this point and get them to the point where they are ready to buy by referring them to partners. And that's going to generate more business for us, right? Because people are happy once we bring them referrals, and they're going to return the favor over time. So we can turn these time wasters into actually part of our lead gen system. So we could develop some kind of automated training and follow-up system as well. Now, there are going to be some people who just take a long time to buy, right? And there might not be a super good way to eliminate that. It's just part of the job. But if we put some of these systems in place, it will reduce the time suck on our agents. So those things can help us address their pain points, right? So we can put a package together including some or all of these things if we dial it in, and that will drive them to want to work with us. Now we'll look at their goals. So one of their goals is more commissions. And some of this will play in here, right? Because if you want more commissions, these things will help you with that. So we can take some of this and put it down here. Same here. So we notice our follow-up probably contains some of the things we need to do for saving time and creating systems. So now we have some ideas. What you want to do is get really granular with your options here. You want to find exactly how you can help and dive in deep at this point. Once we've got some key elements to an offer put together, Now we can start creating content around how that offer can help our ideal audience. And then we'll get into some of the automation of sending targeted friend requests to our niche and starting that sequence of cold lead, warming them up with our content, and converting them into our clients. So let's jump into the next section. Hopefully this gave you an idea of how to do your assignment. I want you to go much deeper than I did, but hopefully you got the basics covered now. So let's jump into the next lesson.